Shut the up. I have a problem with trying to express my words. I can't help that. And maybe that's my problem. Hey, straighten your now.
Yelling!
Don't deserve what you just said?
Angry!
That was Molly.
Waving my hands a lot!
I have some fixing to do too, maybe.
Awesome! We are 3 episodes into The Last Resort, and so far this retreat full of losers is, well, actually more of a train wreck than I expected.
Like, I have hope for us right now.
I think we're in first place. I think we're the number one couple.
Just the fact that they even think that shows me how much of a mess all of these couples really are. And weirdly enough, Small Ed isn't completely wrong. They aren't in first place, but they aren't really in last place either. I think the worst off are Kalani and Asuelu. No one can convince me that these two are actually still together. Kalani seems to barely be able to be in the same room as Asuelu without looking at him like this. And I'm more convinced than ever that they are purely here for the free vacation.
I make a really bad idea to give her a pass, but Kalani's still texting to the other guy.
This woman took her hall pass and is still in contact with the other guy. She's texting her boy toy in front of her husband, but is also on a couples retreat with her husband. That makes zero sense to me and continues to be confusing. Yes, Asuelu is an idiot and cheated, but now Kalani seems completely done with him. So what, this retreat is supposed to make them fall in love all over again? What exactly is there to work out? I cannot see how this is fixable. If anything, I'm seeing Kalani get some very public revenge.
I don't want to do this. Please pack your stuff and please get out of the room.
I give them the official rank of doing the worst, so they are 5th out of the 5 couples. No one is really doing that great though. And aren't we supposed to be seeing a lot of, therapy going on? Has there been one individual session since they arrived? Because I've seen more drinking and playing around in the pool than anything else. And Angela, I've seen way too much of Angela. And as for Molly, I think her and Kelly are the second worst off couple. I'm also still confused by her whole situation with Kelly. Supposedly, the show was filmed in January of 2023. If you look at the resort's reviews, people that vacationed there confirmed that. But Molly and Kelly broke up in November of 2022. And Molly also had a falling out with her business partner around the same time. That seemed like a bad month all around for Molly. I remember hearing about some crazy altercation with Molly's daughter and Kelly a few months ago. And when I googled it, I realized that altercation supposedly happened in November of 2022 as well. Allegedly, it was then when Kelly got in a physical altercation with Molly's daughter Olivia. Olivia's report on the altercation included that her mom Molly was there when Kelly put his hands on her. So if this is what really broke up Molly and Kelly, why are they here? Molly just watched Kelly hurt her daughter and now she's on a couples retreat with him 2 months later? That doesn't sound right, does it? Olivia made this report in February, so probably after filming this, but her report says that Molly was there when Kelly grabbed her. There is no way that if Olivia's report was true, that Molly would be here, even under a contract. So I'm wondering what really happened with that and if it will come up on the show, because Molly hasn't completely given up on Kelly, so she says.
We have to get past a whole bunch of other stuff before I want to open myself back up.
But because they arrived separately and that report came out right after filming, they get the rank of 4th place couple. It feels very weird to say that the top 3 couples that include Jovi and Yara would be Ed and Liz, and Angela toting around Michael on a screen. Actually, I don't think I can count Angela and Michael at all since he isn't here. I mean, I'm glad he's not. He's safely away from Angela. So I guess I will just have to pair Angela with Jovi as a top couple like they did in this communication game. They aren't a real couple, but they even won the game.
My husband communicates better with Angela than with me.
So it has to be Small Ed and Liz that are the 3rd worst couple. I mean, that's not the bottom rank and they have a terrible relationship, but as a person, individually, Ed is still tied with Angela as the worst person on the show in my head. I mean, who cheats during a game on a couples retreat? I think he's the worst in the cast size as well.
He's grabbing everyone without even filling in the sand. You're supposed to be taking this serious.
That was not teamwork.
He doesn't take anything seriously and is already rubbing everyone the wrong way.
I'm not gonna let it go.
Let it go.
You call me a cheater, bitch.
So him and Liz are in 3rd place, simply because the couples below them aren't even together. But don't worry, Ed is still the #1 douche. I was about to say that Yara and Jovi are the top couple, but Yara admitting to Jovi that she was secretly taking birth control made me unsure if I could give them the top spot.
We shouldn't have done this in front of everyone. We should have done this in a private session we're just meeting the therapist. Like, you need to be more considerate.
Yeah, where and when are those private sessions exactly? Because we jump from that group session into drinking in the hot tub pretty quickly. And Ed is naked in this hot tub that everyone starts to show up at.
This ain't a hot tub. This is my bathtub. Oh my God. Oh my.
I'm surprised that Molly and Kelly didn't just turn around and walk away.
In a mini jacuzzi with Ed.
Small Ed did put the even smaller Ed away, but ew.
Ed was naked in the tub. I was like, oh God. Ugh, I'm gonna throw up.
So are these real therapists or what? Also, side note, I had so many people tell me that this therapist looked like Jenny. She totally does. So if I talk about this therapist at all, she is now named Jenny. Anyways, what is the goal here? It's been 2 days and we have seen 2 group therapy sessions and 1 communication game. All the other times everyone is drinking at the bar, at the pool, or now drunk in the hot tub. If this was real therapy, giving these crazy people alcohol makes no sense. But on the other side, giving them alcohol to stir up drama for the show makes perfect sense. Because as the booze flows and Ed marinates in the hot tub, the tensions are rising.
You're not gonna talk down to me. I'm not Liz.
You better watch who you step to when you're gonna call another man a bitch, because you might get your fill plowed.
Do you think I'm afraid of anybody?
We have watched Ed treat Liz like crap and her take it over and over. So it was actually nice to see someone talk back to him. But on episode 3 with Angela here, this escalates past Ed.
Shut the up.
Yeah, like we really need a reminder of what the Crypt Keeper's actual name is.
No, don't.
I wanted to really say that, like, you admitted that you cheated, and then I'm gonna be in the wrong for not defending.
You're not, no.
Kelly and Molly leave, which is the smartest move they could make, because the drunk arguing gets bad.
Shut the up.
Because it's his show.
Please,
You think it's his
Kelly,
show.
it ain't.
But when Liz tries to leave, Angela does what she always does, and gets in everyone's face.
Don't ever talk to me like that again.
Angie,
No, go.
the only one who's mad right now is you.
Ed looks terrified.
When did I over talk you? I sat there and let you talk.
Why, TLC? Why did you allow this horrible woman on the show? It doesn't seem safe. I'm also surprised that it took so long for someone to step in with her in Liz's face like that. I am not surprised, though, that Ed didn't do anything, but the producers let that go on too long. I swear they must have some sort of agreement, because Angela has never gone after Ed like that. And I wish it was him instead of Liz.
We've got guests here.
Imagine you're on this vacation, on this beautiful resort. You had a great day at the beach, it's late, you go to lay in bed, and then you hear Angela outside your window, yelling. That would suck. I thought that they would cage Angela or something, but they continue to allow her to torment everyone at the resort. And off she goes. It turns out that even though Kalani and Asuelu are willing to share every single detail of their problems to the world, including letting us watch Kalani block her hall pass man.
Want to press the button for me? There.
Yeah, right.
I really don't know how Asuelu thinks that this will really make everything better either. But it turns out that not everyone is okay with their dirty laundry getting laid out to everyone.
I don't want them knowing every aspect of my life.
Jovi and Yara are arguing because Jovi doesn't want to share their problems in front of the group.
You're trying to control where we're living. You're trying to control us having a baby. And I don't like that.
Apparently their trust is not in a good place at all. So Jovi gets mad, grabs his champagne, and goes on a walk by himself. So we know that there's a drinking Jovi out and about, and a drunk Angela out and about. And I think we all know where this is going.
Big Ed the Bee wants to remind you to subscribe to this channel. If you don't, he will fly into your house and body shame you.
It makes no sense to go to the gym and then go to 7-Eleven and eat nachos.
Really didn't say anything in the jacuzzi. It's always like the Angie show or Ed show, so.
Sometime between Ed and Liz arguing and Ed being a jerk as usual.
She kind of got her ass served to her, which I feel good about. But then I feel bad because that's the woman I love.
Jovi found Angela, and they tried to wake up Yara at 2 a.m. to party. So Jovi's revenge for Yara disrespecting him was to disrespect her by getting drunk with Angela.
And then she put her freaking boombox outside and listened to music. This is a hotel. There's other guests too.
And this is when we finally see that clip they played 1,000,000 times in the previews.
This is not normal. Bringing someone into my bed, that's not okay. And I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm so freaking hurt right now.
I really thought this was going to be like him hanging out with another girl or something at the bar. No, this whole time it was Angela. So she is really here just to purely cause problems. And apparently her and Jovi really are the true #1 couple. I mean, they seem to get along the best. And I guess Jovi and Yara just have to take second place. Because of Yara's comment about Angela blasting music at 2 a.m., when I saw the therapist that is not Jenny walk over to her room, I thought for just a second that she was about to kick Angela out of the resort. But then I noticed that she's holding what I assume is hot coffee. I seriously doubt you would bring hot coffee to Angela if you have some bad news.
Last night, there was a ruckus and, I heard things were not level 10, they were level 12.
Instead, she got a very lame talking to.
That's a beautiful thing about your personality, Angela, is that you do stand up and you are very protective.
So no, of course Angela was not getting kicked out.
Makes me feel again that I'm the bad person.
And in an even weirder twist of fate, we find out that she's also causing issues between Ed and Liz.
I've never, and I don't approve of her behavior or the way that she did it. I've never had anyone stand up for me like she did.
Go be with her.
That's like 2 couples in 24 hours. Yara and Jovi and Ed and Liz. Did they pay Angela to just cause rifts between couples? Because it's working. But seriously, Ed and Angela would be the perfect match. I'm also always surprised by this, but I shouldn't be. After getting in Liz's face like that, how is she still at the resort?
Especially if you're right in my face telling me I've done something I ain't, I do go off because I'm not taking it from no one.
Angela has proven to be violent, and somehow that's always okay with the producers. I have no idea how. Well, I guess this is the first individual session we have seen, but I don't hear any accountability.
I worked at the prison. I can't help that, and maybe that's my problem.
Just Angela saying she realizes she needs to work on her anger. Duh.
I have some fixing to do too, maybe.
Let's just put Ed and Angela together on a boat, and they can sail into the sunset away together.
That sounds good.
But sadly, the TLC cash cows aren't going anywhere, and that won't happen. Instead, we are just back to Liz crying over Ed to anyone that'll listen.
If he's going to continue to act this way, flip the switch and walk away.
And then blah, blah, blah. They fight more and Liz says she's done.
A part of me just wants to call it quits because Ed says he's trying to change, but he doesn't realize he is running out of chances real fast.
But we know she's never done. Episode 3 lost me a bit. I was more interested when the focus was more on Kalani and Asuelu's crazy cheating, but the focus has turned to the drunk fight. And that was just a repeat of Ed and Angela's toxic behavior that we have seen so many times. Let's get to the good stuff, like bringing Kalani's hall pass guy to the resort.
So the other guy told me that he wanted to come see me, and I went.
And maybe they should come up with something more interesting for Yara and Jovi. And also, let's just release Angela into the swamp where she belongs. Let me know what you think of episode 2 and 3. I got a little bored on episode 3. I don't feel like anything is happening that we haven't seen before. And on the next episode, it seems like the fighting continues. But the expert they bring in might be fun to watch, or just uncomfortable to watch.
I am a pleasure-positive sex educator.
I hope that the focus turns back to the issues these couples are having, instead of us just watching Ed, Liz, and Angela drinking and being ridiculous. We will have to see how the next episode plays out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!